Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about an important topic which was requested by a lot of you. I've got questions like when you first move to Canada, what are the things you should know? And today my topic is going to be about that. Top 10 things to know before moving to Canada, especially if you are moving here permanently and it's your first time. So let's get started. We'll be starting with point number 10, which is don't come with a weather stigma. Yes, we do know that Canada tends to get really cold and it does go below -20 in some provinces. In our province, it even went to -40, and it can be a little daunting to think that you are moving to a country which is going to be really cold and if you can survive or not. But you should know that if you wear the proper layers, you have the proper snow boots, you have the proper gloves, you can actually enjoy winters here in Canada. And I did make a video about winter activities in Calgary. Link is over here, do check it out. And I also made another video about living in -30. It's going to pop up in the screen. Go check that out as well. But basically what I'm trying to say over here is winters in Canada is not so bad. You can actually enjoy them. You just need to wear your proper layers and you are good to go. And if you're living in Calgary, you know that the weather keeps fluctuating now and then. Today, for example, it is +10 and yesterday it was -12. So in Calgary, the weather keeps fluctuating and you never know what to expect. So you have to be prepared for anything and everything.
So I am right now in Central Library, so the mask is up, but we are moving on to point number 9, which is bringing parents over. Now, when you are moving here for the first time and when you're automatically moving abroad, you think of bringing your parents in the long run. Now, I just want to let you guys know that bringing parents over here is not so easy, as there are only 10,000 applicants a year for parents to come to Canada, which means that permanent residents and Canadian citizens can apply for their parents, and only 10,000 applicants will be selected from the draw. So if you didn't know about this, what I'm trying to say over here is the wait is long and you don't really know when you can bring them in permanently. Yes, they can come in through other visas like temporary visa, super visa, but you can't really bring them in with PR visa that quickly, and it's more of a luck basis as it's a draw.
Moving on to point number 8, which is specializing in your field. Now, Canadian job markets require you to be specialized in your own field, so you have to make sure if your field is regulated or not. If it requires certification, then you do have to get those extra certifications done. You do need to study harder for them, and then only you can work in those fields. And if it's like normal business or management related fields, then you talk about your certifications and talk from a specialist perspective rather than a generalist perspective, meaning that you can talk about the years of experience that you had, the certifications that you did, and also you can talk about why you are special in that field, what sets you apart from the rest of them. You know the drill. But in case if you don't, I did make a video about jobs. Again, the link is gonna pop up in the screen, so do make sure to check that out. And I also did another video about interviews, so make sure to check that out as well.
Now we are moving on to point number 7, which is to learn more about the country before you move. Now, if you don't research about the country as much, you are going to feel lost when you move here as a first timer, and it's also going to leave you clueless when you're trying to figure out directions or even hold a conversation with your coworkers. if you are researching from the country and specifically the province from before, not only do you have an idea of the province that you're moving in, but you also know what to talk with your co-workers, and actually you can hold up a conversation, which will make you more interesting, and you can definitely integrate with the people here faster rather than coming here with no idea at all.
To point number 6, which is learn to cook when you're moving to Canada. Now, you're not going to have your doting mothers here when you're moving to Canada, and if you don't learn how to cook, you are actually going to end up spending too much money having takeouts, and basically it's not even healthy for you because you're going to be gaining a lot of weight from all the takeouts, and it's going to affect your bank balance too. Now, let's say if an average person spends $20 a day for 7 days a week just eating outside, and 20 is like the bare minimum I'm talking about. If you don't know how to cook, you're spending $140 a week. Times that into 4, it's $560 a month, and if there are 2 people, then you're spending more than $1,100 in just eating out. You can cut that to less than half, around $500 or $400, if you learn how to cook, and this is going to save you time and money, and it's also going to help you eat healthy and definitely save up a lot of your money, which you would be otherwise spending it on food. Moving on to point number 5, which is to get your license as soon as possible. Now, if you come to Canada as a first timer, you know that you have to get your driver's license, and it takes 2 years to get your class 5 non-probationary license. And I did make a video about driving and how to get your driver's license. The link will be on the screen again. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. And this is just for Alberta. Even for Ontario, you do need to get your G2 license, and it takes 2 years to get your license. So if you do have your license, you can actually travel around the city pretty easily, and some jobs, they require you to have your driver's license just because you do need to drive around, and if you have that, you qualify for those jobs. So make sure to get your license as soon as possible.
We are moving on to point number 4, which is minimum wage and salary expectations. I have gotten this question time and again. How much are you going to get paid when you move to Canada? And you can't really have a unrealistic expectation when you're moving here. I did make a video about minimum wage and can you survive in minimum wage. The link will be on the screen. Make sure to check that out. But until you get your certified job, you do need a survival job here to survive and to pay your bills, as well as have your Canadian experience. So make sure to not feel offended, because a lot of people do tend to feel offended, especially when you're moving from such a good position back home and you come here and you think that you're going to get that job. But like I said, that you do need a survival job to survive before you will actually move on to your field, as there might be certifications required. So make sure to have a realistic salary expectations, and make sure to not feel offended when you're moving here, because any job is a job. As long as you're paying your bills and you're surviving in a country, these are the things that should matter, and not what other people think back home or your status back home.
Now to point number 3, which is savings when you are coming to Canada for the first time. Now, a common thing which I have seen over here is people live from paycheck to paycheck and they don't have any savings. And I guess it's more difficult to save when you get your salary in a bi-weekly basis, which is every 2 weeks, and so you tend to spend even faster. What I would suggest is make sure to save at least 30 to 40% of your salary if you're coming with your spouse or your partner. And if you're coming by yourself, you can always save $200 from your paycheck every month, and this will give you some savings which you can use for your future, and you won't be living from paycheck to paycheck. I personally have at least 3 months of savings for myself. So in case if I ever have to lose any job or for any unforeseen circumstances, I actually do have money set aside for myself, and I do have some emergency money lying around in case if we ever get sick or things like that. So what I would suggest is make sure that you have some money saved aside rather than spending your whole paycheck. And you don't really need to spend your whole paycheck, and you should always try to understand, is it the thing that you need or is it the thing that you want? What you want is not what you need, but what you need is something which is also going to be beneficial to you because you absolutely need that. So make sure to set aside some of your savings. You can make an Excel sheet and keep a track of how much you're spending every month, and in that way you can also save up a small percentage from your paycheck, and you won't be living from paycheck to paycheck.
We are now down to top 2. And point number 2 is specifically going to be about quality of life. Now, when you move here to Canada and once you get a job, it will be the same routine: waking up, going to your job, coming back home, eating, sleeping, and repeat. And then if you just use your weekends up, staying at home and doing nothing, you will realize that there is no real quality of life rather than just improved infrastructures. But other than that, your back home routine and your Canada routine is the same. You wake up, you go to work, you come home, you sleep, and you just spend your weekend sleeping. So make sure to have fun, get a hobby. You can either go for hiking, you can start learning a new language. Just make sure to have different things going on for you because you are moving to a new country, and the reason for moving to a first world country is better quality of life rather than quantity of life. And you should make sure that your quality of life is better in terms of what new things you're doing here than just improved infrastructures.
Now we are down to the final point, which is the most important point, and I have saved the best for the last. Now before I move on to my final point, if you have liked my video till now, don't forget to hit the like button and let me know in the comments below what you have liked about it, if it has helped you. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Moving on to the final bit of this video, which is point number 1 and the most important point, which I would say is to solidify your purpose. Now, the thing about moving to Canada right now or coming to Canada is you are seeing your friends and family moving to Canada, so you are also interested to move to Canada because it seems like the grass is greener on this side. But you really need to know why you're moving to Canada and what is your true purpose. Now, if you are moving without any motive or purpose, in the long run you're going to be more pessimistic and you won't have any motivation to live in this country because it's going to get hard for you once you don't see your family on a regular basis and you're going to be homesick. Or if you have been someone who has lived at your home country for your entire life, then moving abroad is not as easy as it looks. So make sure to solidify your purpose and know exactly why you're moving here so that it keeps you motivated for the long haul, and so that you can wake up from your bed every single day and know why you're here and for what reasons are you specifically here. I have solidified my purpose before moving here, and so we both know why we still want to be here. And even though we are 1,000 miles away from our families, we are still motivated to be here in the long run. And when you're moving to Canada, you should make sure that you know specifically why you're moving instead of just following others and not knowing your purpose. So that was all for my top 10 things to know before you move to Canada. Once again, thank you so much for watching till now, and I hope this video has helped you guys. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Hope to see you guys in my next video real soon. Till then, take care and stay safe. Bye.